And then that extraordinary interview to the BBC last Friday after he's lost his long-running legal battle to get armed police protection when he comes to Britain. My interpretation of that, and I'm not alone, was he gave that interview, he blamed everyone, it's conspiracy theories, it's my dad, it's the government, nothing is my fault. He was like a spoilt brat throwing his toys out of the pram because he didn't get what he wanted. Now, the other thing I took from that was this guy, Harry.
I'm sorry.
I thought he seemed in despair. I thought he seemed lost. I thought he seemed lonely, very sad, and also I thought he seemed psychiatrically dubious. I thought he needs psychiatric help. The level of his paranoia was astonishing. He's paranoid about everything. Now, my question to you is, he didn't used to be like that. He used to be a happy-go, carefree, popular guy. He's turned.
See, he remember him when. He remembers Harry when he was a great guy. Sorry about the computer. I don't know how I got that twisted, but you know what? You can just come back on. Harry's really disappointed me. I'm really disappointed in Harry. I expect this from Meghan, but I don't expect this from him on his own to be talking about his dad like that. And his family, to the point where they had to come out and make a statement. They had to come out and make a statement. It's the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. The Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. The Mimi Show. The Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Yeah. The Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Oh, 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 yeah, The Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't get it back. Yeah, thanks, Christine. It's the Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Yeah. All right. It's the Mimi Show. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to pick up where we left off. We want to wait a few minutes just to let those people realize that I'm over here. I know. Thank you. I feel so bad. Thank you, Christine. I do. Whoever wants to hang out with me can hang out with me, because I don't have the baby and I'm really feeling it tonight. and we can have a mini party. Hold on. It's the Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show, the Mimi Show. It's the Mimi Show. Yeah. Hello, Christine. Hello, Lizzie. Hello, Judith. Welcome back. Welcome back, people. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yep. We're going to hang out tonight. I have nothing to do. Me and my husband's going to watch a movie, though. I'll probably have to wake him. No, he's doing good. Well, we're lonely without a little bit. It feels weird without a little bit. Hello, Adu. Hello, Holly Sensitive. Sorry about that. Sorry about the mix-up over there. I think this interview is well done. I think it just solidifies everything that we've been saying. It's Megan's fault and what she's been doing, and the fact that she's changed Harry into this unknown person. I always said that, but it was hard for me to say it this time because I was so disappointed in Harry's behavior on the BBC interview. Very disappointed in him for saying those things and making up those things and coming across that way. Very bitter, very angry, very childish, very whiny little P-bird. Because guess what? If it was one of his kids, he wouldn't want that done to him. He wouldn't want Archie doing that to him.
Yeah, I didn't see her all late.
They're on the dresser.
I didn't see her. Here's how you correct them.
Oh.
Like this.
You sure you didn't see it on the dresser?
You said it was on the dresser next to your bed?
No, the big dresser.
Oh, well, look at that. I was looking at your stuff.
Yeah, no. I got a small headache. Teeny weeny headache. Ooh-hoo-hoo. See, that's what I want to see too. I want to see the body language expert. God, if I could just get through these videos, we might be able to see them. Right, Christine? Let's get started. Let's move on. I'm sorry for those that aren't here to hear it.
Thanks very much for joining us. Now, you join us just a few days after Prince Harry gave that extraordinary interview to the BBC last Friday after he's lost his long-running legal battle to get armed police protection when he comes to Britain. My interpretation of that, and I'm not alone, was he gave that interview, he blamed everyone, it's conspiracy theories, it's my dad, it's the government, nothing is my fault. He was like a spoilt brat throwing his toys out of the pram because he didn't get what he wanted. Now, the other thing I took from that was this guy, Harry. I thought he seemed in despair. I thought he seemed lost. I thought he seemed lonely, very sad. And also, I thought he seemed psychiatrically dubious. I thought he needs psychiatric help. The level of his paranoia was astonishing, paranoid about everything. Now, my question to you is, he didn't used to be like that. He used to be a happy-go, carefree, popular guy. He's turned into a misery guts who thinks the whole world's against him, lashes out angrily all the time. My question to you, Tom, is do you think your sister, Meghan Markle, has ruined Prince Harry?
Well, let me answer that real quick for you. The answer is yes. And I could not agree with you more on everything you just said. I was watching this interview just
Christine,
thinking to myself, this poor man.
like,
and it just continues and continues and
I can't wait to
continues.
see it.
And he's going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Them
And I do
back.
believe, Megan is driving this whole
Megan
caravan
Harry.
for him. He is so stressed out. You can see it in his face. Despair.
He looks away.
He's confused. He doesn't know what to say. He thinks he's going to get in trouble if he doesn't say exactly what Megan says. Apparently, in my opinion, of course, but
I believe it.
very sad to watch. And I think it was a desperate plea because they've made their beds for the last 6 years and now they're sleeping on them. And the entire world knows exactly what's happening with those two.
Yeah, we think here in Britain, and I know a lot of Americans agree because that interview was watched all over the world, that, in 5-6 years, Meghan has changed Harry and she hasn't changed him for the better. She's changed him for the worse. What do you think she's done to him, Tom?
Well, I think it's a combination of a few things. In my opinion, I think that Meghan is playing this her life, scripted, produced, acted by her, all on her dime or whatever. She's playing this fantasy life out in her own mind.
Yep.
Where it comes to where, let me get to this in 1 second, but it comes to where she wants to be Diana so bad.
That I agree with him on, that she's playing out this fantasy as if everything she's trying to do is going to make her popular. Getting jam and sending it out to everybody. That's going to make her some friends, some A-lister friends. Gwyneth Paltrow is going to start being nice to her because everybody thinks there's a beef there. She the one was in the kitchen cooking, looking funny. If we have time, we're going to watch the body language guy. I want to hear what he has to say about how Harry was looking, how he, I hope we get through this. Okay. Thank you, Heather.
It's kind of freaky and kind of scary. And when Harry mentioned on that interview, right off the bat, some people in the royal family, and I'm not going to say who they are, they want us dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there, red flags everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's off the scale, deranged. I think. I mean, and he, as I say, he's very, very paranoid, very miserable, very lost. Do you sense, as I sensed, that underneath all this,
he's off the scale? It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Just to be honest, the way Harry can get on national TV and talk about his family like that and think it's about nothing. Delusional. And then blame his family and say his family want him dead. As if saying like Diane, history's going to repeat itself. It's almost like he's waiting for it to happen or wanting it to happen. Why does he keep conjuring it up? Thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate it.
He's kind of wrecked his own life. He's been lured away from what he was born to, and that is to be a Prince of Britain, to be a part of the royal family. She's taking him over to California, and he
said it. He said it. She took him to California, not to Texas, to Hollywood, California, where the A-listers are. Well, the people that she invited to her wedding was going to be right smack dead where she needed to be so she could be aligned with the people that's making money so that she could be a part of making the money. She wasn't getting any attention. When she went to Uvalde looking like an idiot, you just wanted to just get out of here. That's what you wanted to tell her. Get your fakeness out of here. Your father's in the hospital. Try him first, then come back here. But go check on your father before you start checking on us. It's just weird. It's like a delusional, like he said, it's delusional. It's not making any sense. It's not adding up. It's just not adding up. The paperwork. 1 + 1 ain't 2. Not according to Megan. Something is up. And it's been going on for a very long time. And Megan thinks she has finally made it with her new endeavors. She's a female founder now. She's become her own CEO of her own company. Megan is the CEO because she couldn't get a CEO. So she had to become her own CEO because when nobody worked with her, she kept losing them. One was there for 3 months, said, I'm getting the hell out of here. This woman, is something wrong with her. I have an assignment to do, but she's over here telling me how to do it. Get away from my desk. If you want to do it yourself. But don't be over here doing my job. Like she was talking about them stupid boxes. I didn't know what box to get. Why are you ordering boxes? Shouldn't somebody be ordering them for you? I know they would for me. Megan has lost the plot. She is not your Royal Highness. She's playing games. And she thinks that, I believe that she's playing on the king's cancer, his weakness. I do believe that. Look how she treated the queen in the last days. Look how she treated Philip. Their last days was supposed to be peaceful, joyous, and, just relaxing and just doing what they do every day. No, not Megan comes along and called them a racist. And he heard that. No accountability. None whatsoever. There is never any accountability. I'm never going to be able to confess that I have done something wrong. No, not at all. My pride won't let me. I don't believe that I am. I'm doing everything right. Everything I do is perfect, and it's always going to be that way. She's not listening to her critics. Go somewhere and sit down somewhere. Come back in a couple of years and people might have forgiven you for your crapola. But we can't forgive her because she keeps popping up. Yes, we need to forgive her. She's done some stuff to us. Yes, she's upset us. She's upset us. She's made us frustrated. She made us angry and disappointed and all of that. Who is she supposed to be representing? I'm just wondering. Meghan took Harry from his princehood. Partners asked me today, is Harry still a prince? Not really. His badge of honor has been taken from him. He has left the royal fold. He is no longer a working royal, so his status has diminished. And if he's not working, why is he considered on sixth in line to the throne? Help me out, someone. We want privacy. We want privacy. She's a laughingstock. She is. No one takes her seriously. I don't. Her word salad, her talking to us, and it sounds like she's talking to herself. Is if anybody could relate. 80 people in my house. Oh, that was just no. The kids were going to be there sleeping, and 80 people in my house was not going to work. So I had to rent out a house. But you cooking in your kitchen with love and friends. I like that. Sit down. Get somewhere and sit down. She's no Duchess. She's Meghan, just like us. Heather. Maxie represents the woke elite in Hollywood. well, whoever she represents, I don't like it. I don't like that part. He's a prince in name only. He's a prince in name only. Harry, you're a prince in name only. That means that your name is just as meaningful as your son's name over here in the United States. It means the same. No one's bowing to you. No one's bowing to Meghan. No one's calling her the Duchess of Sussex. Only those that she may call her the Duchess of Sussex. Like Mindy. You know I'm Sussex now. Then try to play it off. No, I came up with an excuse. I'm Sussex now. I threw the Markles away a long time ago. Didn't you know that? Didn't you get the memo? Using titles to make money. Harry's no prince, just Harry. Neil Sean said William is working to remove H and the kids from the line of succession. Right now, H is fifth in line to the throne, then Archie and Lilibet. Crazy. It's very crazy because he shouldn't be in line. Why would you be in line and you're not even a working royal? You're not a part of the institution anymore. You left. You wanted to be a civilian. And now that you're a civilian, you have to figure out your way. And you can't be turning around whining to your dad talking about they threw us out. You guys left. Got on Tyler Perry's plane and hit the road. How else was y'all going to get over here to the United States? Take a plane? Everything started moving fast after you guys started talking about y'all wanted to be half in and half out. That is true. I do give you guys that much credit about the Queen kicking him out, saying, listen, make a decision. But Harry is the one came out with, we're going to go make our own money. We're stepping down from being senior royals, but we're going to work half in and half out. And I still want IPP status. Something wrong with Harry. Harry has been bewitched. That's what you call bewitched. Because Harry is, they can at least remove from royal website. They need to remove the titles. It's time. It really is. If they're not working royals, I thought that their titles was going to be removed. And I believe that is true. I just believe that they just been hanging on to them because the Queen knows Meghan is obsessed with it. The Queen knew. The Queen mother knew that Meghan was obsessed with being the Duchess. That's all she lived for. You know, I'm Sussex now. Girl, you are a Marco too. Okay, Christine. God, I want some ice cream. Honey, you want some ice cream? Maybe he'll ride to the store with me. Susan, H&M have no children. King Charles never put no one of them in line of succession. Oh, okay. Lizzie.
Ship adrift. He's got no purpose. He's got no direction home. His family don't talk to him. She has ruined him, and he's chipped in and ruined himself. Do you think?
He has no purpose. She's ruined him. He has no purpose. What is Harry's purpose now? What is his purpose? I really want to know. Go, William, go. I like that, highly sensitive. She's not Sussex either. She's just Rachel or Meghan. I know. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did. Archie is 6 and Lily is 7th. Check it out. Sad but true. That's scary. Like I would be outraged if I was in the UK and that was going down like that. I would be like, Parliament, you guys need to do something. You need to do something quick. They're in the line of succession. We don't know who they are, where they come from, if they come from her, if they even exist, because we keep seeing the back of their head. You know, what the hell? Remove. Call to order, call to order. We're removing the titles from Lilibet and Archie. We're removing them out of the line of succession immediately. They have no knowledge and no experience about running a kingdom, let alone being a native of the UK. Just because he was born there doesn't mean he knows anything there is to know about the UK, the culture. There's a different culture. The Queen saw her through her queen, even said she's evil, agreed 100% with the Queen. She is evil. She is evil. The Queen said Meghan was evil. You're evil, something evil about you. People, you're not a normal person. Can you guys slow down the chat? William is trying hard, but Charles want to ignore it. Faceless. I feel so bad for William. Why? I don't feel bad for William. I feel good for William. William needs to step up and do what he needs to do and cut his brother off. Cut. Because these BBC interviews and this is not going to ever stop, but they should just do it anyway. Get the kids out of the line of succession. Get Harry out. He is not functional to be able to do anything of a sort. Removing the titles get into politics and parliament. Charles just can't do it with a stroke of a pen. The thing that I don't think that Charles should do is take his titles because he's being a bad son. No. That is not why. He needs to take the titles because they're using them to merch off of. That would need to be clear. Because then being vindictive and being like, I'm taking their titles now. Now it's time to take their titles every 5 minutes. No. They need to take them because she shouldn't be using them and they don't belong to her. They belong to the Queen. And she shouldn't be called the Duchess. She wasn't a Duchess long enough to be called one. You think? He will be carrying the weight of the world on his shoulder, but he's got a strong woman by him, and she needs to be strong for him. She does, and he's got his kids. They're going to be strong for him. He's got his pack. He has got, oh, babe, don't you want some ice cream?
I'm good.
Yeah. He's got his pack ready. He's ready to take on the world and his people. Long as his people is beside him, you guys got it going on over there. You're going to have his back. You're going to have his back. You're going to be praising him and being in the street and doing what you're doing. The coordination is going to be beautiful. And it is going to be the weight on his shoulder because he's going to be and lost his father. But he's strong enough to deal with it. I truly believe he was made to be the king. Now, he may make little mistakes, but he's not perfect, but I think he's going to be a great king. And I'm coming to the UK when he does. So who am I staying with? The boy, his name was Gavin Gingers, living in New York. The girl, her name is Hartford. She lives in California, both with biological parents. See? What letter? Charles has to recommend to Parliament, correct? That's what, according to Debbie, said. And it takes some things you got to go through. It's not a stroke of a pen. But what I do know that King Charles should do is prepare for it, though, because what he doesn't want is his son to become king. And that ain't even the worst part, is that she becomes queen. Meghan, queen consort. Can you guys imagine having queen consort as your queen, Meghan? Queen Meghan consort. Queen Meghan. Yeah, she did. Yeah, even a letter of patent would be good. Something, Christine, Susan. The problem is removal of the LOS takes a very long time. I read today it could take years. It's 7 years already. Get started. Get started. Get started at removing them from the line of succession. They know nothing about England. They will know nothing about their laws, their what to do in England, how to be an English person. You know nothing about it. Your history, where your grandmother came from. Meghan's not teaching them that. We would spend the summer if we split up for some stupid reason, like how they split up. I would spend the summer in England every summer with the kids. But first of all, we wouldn't be out of England. We'd be in the UK. Because if my kids are in the line of succession, then they do need to be where the king lives, just in case, Meghan doesn't think of things like that. She thinks she just got to hop up and get in a plane and become queen. Yes, I'm Queen Oprah. Come on in. Come on in, Tyler Perry. Mm-hmm. Now I can get on the balcony anytime I get ready to. I'm going on there right now. Watch me. Queen consort Meghan.
I absolutely agree with you on all those points. I've watched Harry's downfall from the very, very beginning. When they first turned on me personally and my family, and I wrote him that letter still stands in concrete today. He should have listened, because everything since that point has gone downhill, and he's become less and less and less.
I wrote him a letter. Do we have that letter? Do we have the letter? Do we have the letter? Here it is. Letter to Harry. In a handwritten letter shared exclusively with In Touch magazine, In Touch, Meghan Markle's estranged brother, Thomas Markle Jr., tells Prince Harry that it's not too late to not marry his sister. Okay. As more time passes to your royal wedding, it becomes very clear that this is the biggest mistake in royal wedding history. Here, let me share the page. In a written letter shared exclusively with In Touch, Meghan Markle's estranged brother, Thomas Markle Jr., tells Prince Harry that it's not too late to not marry his sister. As more time passes to your royal wedding, it became very clear that this is the biggest mistake in royal wedding history. Tom warns, Meghan Markle is obviously not the right woman for you. He also adds that she is a jaded, shallow, conceited woman. Shallow, jaded, conceited woman that will make a joke of you and your royal family's heritage. This is Thomas Markle. Not to mention, to top it all off, she doesn't invite her own family and instead invites complete strangers to the wedding. Who does that? He asks. You and the royal family should put an end to this fake fairy tale wedding before it's too late. Tom concludes his letter with, also, you would think that a royal wedding would bring a torn family closer together. But I guess we are all distant family to Meg. He told him not to go down that road, but she did.
Who's driving Harry and making him do these things? Listen, he wrote a book. He totally attacked the monarchy, totally attacked William and Catherine. Meghan is so jealous of Catherine. It's very, very scary. It's actually very creepy. And I don't know where this whole thing is going, but it's not going very well for either of them. And then they get on there and they complain, saying their lives are threatened. They want them dead. Poor me. I lost this. How am I going to pay for my own legal bills? Everything is like, they create all these problems like narcissists do. And then they blame everybody else. And it's always somebody else's fault. Now Harry has fallen into a major category of Meghan's narcissism.
Yes, a good point. Now, I want to get onto the issue of safety, Harry's obsession with his own safety and his family's safety in a minute, because we need to talk about your safety. We need to talk about your dad's safety and your sister's safety. We'll do that in a second. But first, let's talk about the implications of what he said, Harry said in that interview. He said, because they won't give me armed police protection, that means I won't ever be able to bring my children, Archie and Lilibet, and indeed my wife, my family, back to Britain ever again. And therefore, King Charles will never see his grandchildren again. Does that ring a bell with you? Meghan won't let you see your nephews and won't let your dad see his beloved grandchildren. He's never seen them. What is it about this couple that they send their loving grandfathers of their kids into despair? Why won't Meghan let your dad see his grandchildren? Why won't Harry let his dad see his grandchildren? Because it sort of pitches your dad, Thomas Sr., and the King together. They're in the same boat here, and it's kind of sad and almost sinister as well, I think.
Yeah, well, you really touched on a very interesting subject there, Kevin, about these children. The controversy is just endless on this whole entire thing, between the moon bump theory and the surrogacy and everything else like that. I don't know. My father doesn't know. I don't think anybody knows if those children are legitimate or surrogates or what. Nobody really knows.
No.
But for Meghan and Harry to use these kids as pawns, totally just, blindsiding their theories about child safety on social media. Now they're using the kids as pawns. They've been using the kids for pawns for years. My father has already given up. And it says, like, I'm never going to meet those kids. King Charles is never going to meet those children, ever. I don't know. And using the kids as pawns, as a bargaining chip.
Yep.
What is wrong with people?
Using the kids as a bargaining chip. Your grandson and your granddaughter or your grandchildren could get hurt, and then it'll be on your head, Dad. It'll be your fault. Excuse me? I would have said, I don't know what their response was, but it was good. But you don't argue with people like this. You just ignore it. And that's what they're doing. They continue to ignore. And that's a good thing. Yes, she does. Exactly. Andrew doesn't use it, but then he respects the family and the institution. He does. Andrew respects it. Harry doesn't. He treats it like his own playground. Like, Polly, hello. She is so pretty. You're so right. Remember on the Raw Mess when Tom said he didn't remember why he wrote the letter at Lady Letitia? That's that stupid stuff. I don't know, but maybe he was drawn. You think he was drawn to write the letter? Because the letter was on point. It came to pass what he said was going to happen to them if she married him, that he would be into some serious trouble, and the monarchy would be too. He was trying to warn Harry. and Harry didn't listen. I'm sure there was plenty signs for Harry to say, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. He ignored them. He ignored every sign. Didn't he? Well, right now, Tom Jr. Sr. is somewhere in Southeast Asia where one can get 2 girls for $50 for a weekend or so, he told Tom Jr. when he was 18. Oh, wow. I don't like how this view of me in the living room. I just don't like it. Not the view. I'm talking about just forget it. But H&M has children reborn, Archie and Lily. Excuse me. The first line of comment in a child's life is the child's parents, Harry. Wow. Yeah. They see his daddy's weak and mommy's in control. Oh.
I just don't get it. That's like, family is family. You know, everybody
Family
has a right
family.
to be and be involved with their entire family, unless there's some serious screws loose or somebody has some serious something wrong upstairs, I suppose. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. What about Harry when he said, I mean, he's, as you just alluded to, ludicrously, he suggested that his father, the king, is in some kind of conspiracy theory with shadowy figures in our government, and they're conspiring to keep him unsafe. They want him dead. Ridiculous, ludicrous, mad, insane. But he also says that what he doesn't want is for history to repeat itself, as if he brings the family back to Britain, if he brings the kids and Meghan back to Britain, somehow or other they'll be killed or they'll die in the way that Princess Diana did in that tunnel in Paris all those years ago. I mean, that is demented, isn't it?
yes, just like we were talking about before, where I mentioned this is Meghan's fantasy movie playing out in her mind.
Yep.
And Harry's a pawn. Harry's like, you know, Harry, I need you to go on this interview and say exactly this.
Yeah.
And don't screw up.
Yep.
This is exactly what I want you to say.
This is what
I think she's playing this out in her whole mind, because apparently, you know, she's mentioned to everybody that she talks to Diana in the grave, right? She's obsessed with Diana. She's ordered websites and bought domains prior to even meeting Prince Harry. You know, it's just, so she's playing this whole thing out.
In your mind then, Tom, you know your sister. And I agree with your interpretation. I think it's very plausible. You reckon that when Harry did that interview with the BBC last Friday, right after he lost that case here in London, that Meghan would have given him the script.
Yep.
Absolutely. I you know, this is my opinion, of course.
Yep.
And I do believe, Harry's been led along and told what to do. I mean, every single interview, every single picture, every place they go, Meghan grabs him. Meghan controls him. Meghan tells him no. Meghan stands in front of him. She controls every single situation like she is the star.
Exactly.
And she's turned a Prince Harry. She's turned Prince Harry into
a frog,
a man of non-substance who's just there as a prop in a movie, for her own well-being. It's
You know, it's interesting, Tom. I said this a few days ago on air. I said with Meghan, your sister, it's like she's playing a part that she doesn't really get.
Right.
Humanity, how to be a normal human being. But she sort of reads up about it. She looks in from outside the human race and then acts it out. Acts out what she thinks she ought to do. Oh, I really love my kids. Oh, my husband really loves me. Oh, he's a fox.
Yeah, she's fake. She's fake. She's a fake-a-do. Fake-a-do. That's what she acts it out. That's it. She pretends she's a great mom. She pretends she's a great wife. She pretends she's a great friend. She pretends she has a great family. She pretends to be this entrepreneur. She pretends to know this scam jam stuff. She's a pretender. And she acts wherever she goes. So on this cooking show, she was acting. She was acting in a reality moment. It was a mess. She's a mess. A mess, a mess, a mess. Yeah. Susan, why is Tom an expert on his sister? Judy Bird, can you slow down the chat for me? Please. He doesn't know his sister. You don't need to know what they do because Megan married to a prince. I would like Tom Jr. and tell you nothing, not your business, just Megan. Why is Tom an expert on his sister? He didn't grow up with her. He hasn't seen her. Hey, Hudson. He hasn't seen her.
Hey.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I thought it was me.
He hasn't seen her in 20 years. He's profiting off her. He's telling us what we all know. That's true. That is true.
I still think he's more of a verification figure. I mean, even if he hasn't seen her in 20 years.
Exactly.
And who's to say that?
Exactly.
She was grown 20 years ago, and I'm sure he spoke to his father. His father's probably complaining about her.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows something.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's seen her without her mask.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oof. Yeah, he's seeing it good now, too. Did you see Lily was born in Colorado? TMZ birth certificate is fake. What? Shandy, I did not know that. That's some good information. Hello, Elizabeth, and hello, Shandy. Do you people realize Tom Jr. and Sam are working the other side of the grift? All Marcos are profiting. What's wrong with that? I'm not mad at them trying to get some money.
They're all about the scammers.
Right.
Including her.
Right, exactly. They got it from her. I would too. I'll be on there every day. Yep, she did this. Mm-hmm. When she was she walked in the kitchen and walked into the door. Yep, and bumped her head. It was an accident. What else y'all want to know?
Leopard does not change his spots, and I'm sure he knows exactly who you think about. All your family members when they were younger, or you yourself, how much different are you? Your core?
Right.
Not at all.
Exactly.
Definitely know she's lying because she tells all these stories about when she was younger or when she was in college or when this or that. It's easy for them to say, oh, hell no, that's not how it happened.
Heather, I would run to, if everyone was trolling me, I'll go to another country. Who are you speaking of? Who's trolling? He didn't reconnect with his father until after he appeared on Big Brother, according to an interview he gave. Well, that's good. He's not liked, I'm assuming. He's not a fan. Tom is very well paid and living the high life in the Philippines with Lady C's GoFundMe and his own. See, now I thought he gave it to his father, and isn't him and his father living together? So isn't quite they're getting the money? Maybe not.
He was taking care of his father last time. I remember.
Right, that's what I thought. And so now he's moved with his father. Like his father moved with him to the Philippines, I think, or Asia or somewhere. So you go on TV and lie about a family member? Hell no.
Who's to say he's
No.
lying though?
No, I would not do that. That's not what I said. I said if Megan was my sister, I would be talking yes about her. I would.
Especially if you do our father dirty. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'll be on everybody's channel. Yes. Now, in this particular case, Debbie, yes. But no, I wouldn't go on TV and start talking about a family member and start talking about my sister and saying this and that about her and da 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 da. I would never do that.
Mm-mm.
But in this case, if I was related to Megan and she went on and talked about me like she did, oh, it's on. It is on. I'm going to station to station.
Mm-hmm.
She's lying. She's a porcupine liar, pants on fire. Every time she get caught, she lies. She's a manipulator. She's all of that.
So she's
And
supposed
here
to
it is.
So Megan can lie to the press and everybody else is supposed to keep their mouth shut
Right.
and hold some type of
Exactly.
loyalty to her? Hell no.
Exactly. It's okay if they talk crazy to me and to the father, and and say, oh, Letitia this and whatever, talking crazy about me. And no, we're not sisters and this and that.
And draw up fake notes.
I wrote a book too, Pushy Princess.
That
Yeah.
note that she
I've been
drew
making
up.
money.
That
Mhm.
note that she drew up with Homeboy, the one that wrote the other book. Not Scobie, but the other one. And then read it out like it was to her father. And all they've been doing is scamming and scheming.
Yep. Yeah, but no, I'll be trying to get me some money. She ain't giving me none with her greedy self. And I heard they had to pay a lot in legal fees. That's what they get. Like $3 million so far. Like that's a lot of money.
Yeah, because I think I remember hearing one time that in the UK, win or lose, you got to pay up. Then if you lose, yeah, you have to pay for the other side's attorneys too.
Right. Okay, I am going to bring it back up.
Isn't everything wonderful? I've never been happier in my life. What about that? 1 week before Harry revealed himself in that BBC interview to be extraordinarily unhappy, Meghan announced she's never been happier in her life. What is that all about? Does she even care that her husband is in despair?
No, I don't believe she cares one bit. And that reminds me of something else. On social media, I have never in my life seen anybody post 50 plus things online about themselves. And it's very creepy. It's like she's trying to sell herself to herself.
Yeah.
She is the only one.
It's all about herself. It's all about her selling herself to us. So we can change our mind about her. So we can start liking her. So she can be like a household name or something stupid like that. The spreader jam. You know, it's something else. He's hitting it on the nail.
And she probably looks at everything she posts that she pays.
In that BBC interview to be extraordinarily unhappy.
Posting stuff.
Meghan announced she's never been happier in her life. What is that all about? Does she even care that her husband is in despair?
No, I don't believe she cares one bit. And
No.
that reminds me of something else. On social media, I have never in my life seen anybody post 50 plus things online about themselves, and it's very creepy. It's like she's trying to sell herself to herself. She is the only one. She probably looks at everything she posts that she pays for, all these positive things. Oh, me and Harry this, me and Harry that. Oh, my kid's this, my kid's that. Oh, we're happily in love. It's really creepy.
Yeah. What do you make, Tom, of the fact, she's posting all this? My family, I love my family, I love my husband, my kids, my family, my family, my family. What about your side of the family? She's not so loving towards you, towards your father, and towards your sister Samantha, is she? How can she sit there saying, I so love my family, my family love me, and ruthlessly cut you, Tom Sr. and Samantha out of her life?
Or Doria's side.
Well, gosh, I'm just going to have to touch on something here for a second.
What happened?
Doria may have something to do with like her or mom cooking bath salts on the.
Yeah, Doria's side. They've been shunned too. They've been shunned, cut off, cut down, cut away. We don't want you. You're not smart enough for where I'm going. You're just going to want my money. And no. She cut everybody off, Hudson.
The first episode of her cooking show? I don't know. but there's something seriously wrong. Yeah. How's your dad? I mean, I post that so many times. How's dad doing, Meghan? She doesn't care. She will pretend in her mind that none of us exist, just like she did from the very beginning.
I want to see that.
Just to cover the lies that she told Harry and the royal family, all about us. This goes back, 6 years right before the wedding or whatever it is. But
yeah. When you see the way she's behaving now, and I think over the past few months, she's become more manic than she ever was before with all this her ambitions to become a billionaire, as ever. That dreadful podcast series she's doing right now, Confessions of a Female Founder, giving all these interviews. When you see the way she's behaving now, she seems manipulative, as you say. She seems to be almost controlling Harry like a puppet on a string. She's very scheming. Do you recognize that? Did you see that side of her when you were younger, when you were growing up with her, when she was a kid?
A couple little things here and there, like the attitude, a little bit of the snarling attitude was there. And I've got quite a few videos that I'm going to start sharing, by the way, online and on my channel. But it really started evolving when she left Northwestern and went to Canada. My dad specifically said one day
Notice he didn't say
that the way
graduate.
that she talked to my father, he knew it was over. He didn't know his daughter anymore because she talked down to him like he was nothing. So this was all built up, and it was all around probably the Soho stuff when she started hanging out with Anderson and the Soho Club and all that. That's when she talked down to my father like he was nothing. She obviously did.
So she was at the Soho House.
Yeah, that was home base. I still believe she was a high paid escort. A lot of actresses are and celebrities.
Wow.
Not
And,
only always mean that they're giving up the goods either, but they maybe escorts.
wow. And look how she treated her father. Just started talking down on him. Like he wasn't nothing. What a
Need him anymore at that point.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, as she began to become famous and to taste fame and fortune, it was almost as if she didn't need you guys anymore, didn't need her loving father anymore, the guy who worked 70 hours a week to help her launch her career, sent her to acting school, gave her the best education possible. She didn't need him anymore and dropped him like a stone, right?
Yeah. And then told so many lies to the entire world continuously about working hard and putting yourself through college, how we were so poor growing up and rubbing the 2 nickels together at the Sizzler salad bar. It's endless. And she was a poor orphan. She never had a family, when it's all the complete opposite. Everything she says is the complete opposite.
So your dad knew then, when she went to Canada to film Suits, to live in Canada. Your dad knew then, Vancouver, wasn't it? Your dad knew then that he was losing her because of her attitude.
Yeah, and then the other point that we want to make on this is when Trevor called my father crying when he received the ring back in the mail from Megan.
wow.
He had no idea what was going on. He had no idea what he'd done. Trevor worshiped her. He loved her, gave her everything that he could possibly give her. And then the ring comes back in the mail.
I know.
And Trevor.
But you were quite friendly with Trevor, weren't you?
Bookworm.
Yeah, I met Trevor a few times. And the last time I met him was at my grandmother's memorial. But
I'm sorry. You were saying?
I said she's a psychopath. That's what they do. They use people.
Yeah, she's a psychopath. She has no feelings. She has no heart. No, she's soulless. She truly is. She's not capable of empathy. Or
life is a game, or like real connections. That's why she's so shallow and fake.
right. Real connections, and that's why she's so shallow and fake. Shallow. Ooh. She was a Soho House escort, yacht girl, caddy girl for golfers, and punk bunny for hockey players. Okay. Sorry, this
Yeah,
video.
remember that socialite said that she would sell them to the highest bidder on the golf course? She was like, oh yeah, she was one of my caddy girls, and we used to sell them to the highest bidder, and you know the girls would go out there and caddy. I was like,
I
wow.
don't have anything against the Marcos. I like the Marcos. I like Samantha. I know we were supposed to do that video together, but she got tied up with making money. Hey, I can't be mad at her for that. And when she gets a moment, if she decides to do it, then we'll do it. But I have no hard feelings toward them. I like the video, actually. I'm really enjoying it. Psychopath and shallow.
he's a great guy. I mean, he worshiped the ground that she walked on, and she took every advantage of him that she could possibly take. And then, quite simply, when she didn't need him anymore, he was done.
And that must have devastated him.
Dumped him. He would do anything for her, just like Harry. I'll do anything for you, Meghan. Anything for you, Meghan. Anything for you, Meghan. I'll do anything. I'll get on TV and trash my family. Yeah. I'll get on national TV and say bad things about my dad and blame him. I'll do it for you. What a shame.
Yeah, that would devastate anybody, especially when you give your heart and soul to somebody, and you know, you speak with them and you talk to them, you sleep with them, they're your partner, your companion, and then they just, everything that they've told you isn't true one day, and it's all over you know. So it was basically a stepping stone. So that's when my father knew that there was no, like, I don't know my daughter anymore.
How is your dad feeling now? I mean, every day in every way, Meghan's in all of our faces, if you know what I mean. I mean, you can't escape her. Every time he sees her in the press or hears about her, must be a painful reminder to him that, you know, once she was his little girl, his beloved little girl, and they were very close, weren't they? And now she, as you said, she almost refuses to admit he even exists, cut him off, you know, like a stone. How does Tom feel about that?
He went through a few years of serious adjustment.
Wow.
Now I think he's resigned to the fact where he's just kind of like, you know, he doesn't really look at it that much anymore. He doesn't really pay attention to that much anymore. And I think he does it for his own benefit, because that was a long healing process for him, especially when after the heart attack and the stroke, and there were still no communications or no care whatsoever, no text, no call from her whatsoever at all. And like I said, a few years of adjustment, a few years of just getting over things. But I'm pretty sure it really still bothers him.
Harry, in this interview on Friday, said, I didn't choose this life, you know, to be a royal. Well, of course he didn't. He was born, happened to be a royal. You guys, your dad, your sister, you didn't choose this life ever either, did you? You didn't choose to be the relations, the family of Meghan Markle. And that's compromised your safety, hasn't it?
My father was invited to the coronation, and Meghan said no. Meghan said no to other visits where the Queen Act specifically said, you know, it'd be good if your family was here, and no, or your father's not here. No, it's not going to happen. And you really never know. These people who chase you around and take your pictures, they compromise your safety. There's like the element of the Sussex Squad. These are dangerous people who just worship Meghan and the ground she walks on.
Yeah.
You know, these people are dangerous. Death threats to Samantha, myself, my father, and they go after anybody who says anything bad about Meghan.
Is this why you and Tom Senior are in the Philippines, to try to escape all of this, to try to escape the attention that you naturally attract?
Dad was in Mexico for almost 10 years, and he felt it was, you know, time for a change. He wanted to come see. Being over here enables him to see a lot of the things that he wanted to see, like the pyramids in Cambodia. He wants to go to see some of the historical sites in Vietnam, and it makes it a lot easier. And he wanted just, you know, nice people around him, and he wanted a change of pace. And he deserves it. I mean, he deserves to be left alone and enjoy life in general, not looking over his shoulder. Why this guy's
I know he's with you now, isn't he? So do give him our best. Let's go back to what Meghan has done to Harry, changed him, I think, beyond belief. Did you see the same? You were friendly with her first husband, Trevor. Did you see the same process happen to him Did she sort of reduce Trevor as well? Did Trevor not know which way to turn? Because, as I say, I remember Harry, I'm sure you do too, as the carefree, happy-go-lucky guy.
Yeah.
Everybody loved him, didn't seem to have a care in the world, a smile for everyone. He looks like a haunted man in despair now. Did you see the same process happen to Trevor?
So it's really funny that you mentioned that, because none of us were invited to Trevor's wedding in Jamaica that my father paid for also. Meghan and Harry's wedding in Jamaica. From what I understand, it was just a beer fest and a smoke fest. And
Thank you for clearing that up, Debbie.
The last time I saw Trevor at my grandmother's memorial, I did happen to notice that Meghan like almost dug her nails into his arm and was controlling him like he did something wrong, and then he was silent.
Yeah.
And that's very telling right there, because that's exactly what happens to Harry. How dare you, do this? How dare you do that? He's controlled. I mean,
relationship.
There are all those stories about him having some frozen parts down there. Maybe, he lost them completely, but I can't believe that this man.
She's a bully. She's a bully, Hudson. And she bullies Harry. He's in an abusive relationship.
She know who to try it with.
Yep. He is in an abusive, domineering, scary, just frightening situation.
I don't know how that's attractive. I don't care how much money he has. That would annoy me.
Me too. Oh, I think I would leave. Like, be a man already.
I guarantee one thing, she's gonna leave before they take her titles.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
She was getting out of there quickly. Very quickly. Let's see what else.
I mean, I can't believe that this man he has got to understand and realize what has happened to his life. Like you said, he used to be happy, smile, happy-go-lucky, in a good mood, smiling all the time.
Yeah.
I have not seen one picture that's not staged of him smiling with a professional photographer. It's crazy.
And what about her? What's going on with this kind of blizzard of activity? As I said earlier, she's finally launched this lifestyle site called As Ever. She had to change the name. So she's busy out there saying, oh, buy my jam, buy my honey, buy my edible flowers and all that. Also, there's this podcast. I think we're 4 episodes into it. I don't know if you've listened to it, but unless you're having trouble sleeping, don't, because it'll send you straight. It's so boring. It's unbelievable. Plus these interviews. She gave an interview to her friend Jamie Kern-Lima, didn't she? Why do you think she's so frenetic at the moment? As I said earlier, in our faces. You can't move for a Meghan interview, a Meghan podcast, a Meghan lifestyle site. She's in People magazine. Yep. She's all over the place. What is this all about? Why do you think that is?
It's called vanity. She's a legend in her own mind. Okay, she's playing this part out like she's God's gift to the world, that everybody's supposed to worship her.
Wow.
It is so obvious. I mean, this goes back to the days when, oh my God. I mean, I start to wonder, like, I'm going to save that for the book, but I think it had a lot to do with Doria cooking some stuff, like something here or there or whatever. I don't know.
He said Doria was taking something. Allegedly.
Look like it.
Yeah, she does. Too hard.
I just looked on the website and everything is still sold out. It's been over a month.
She ain't making no more. And the ones she make, she's gonna have to send them out to those people that's waiting. They're still waiting. You think everybody got their jam?
Absolutely not. And now I'm starting to think that the people that did get it, it was strategically given to them.
Yes.
Even the reporters.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. But you know, Brittany got hers. You said reporters.
I wasn't leaving her out. Shout out to Brittany. I do like Brittany's show.
Yeah.
But you never know.
You
Because
don't.
I see the only one that really got one.
Right. Exactly. 2 heart attacks and a stroke. 80 years old, moved to the Philippines, and now going to go exploring pyramids in Vietnam. Excuse me, when he needs a cane to walk from the hotel to a mall to get his hair cut. Oh.
Don't forget Mexico first. Now, who just hangs out and who moves to Mexico?
I know.
I mean, shout out to Mexico, but you never hear, oh.
Yeah, I'm moving to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper. There's cheap places in the States.
Yeah, there is.
And he won an Emmy and a Lotto? Come on now, something in the milk ain't clean. What's going on?
Right. Right. Thank you guys for liking the video. I appreciate it. I am getting a little tired, but since you guys are hanging out with me, we'll keep hanging out. Let's see what else what Tom got to say.
I don't know. I have no idea. Who is this person? What the hell happened? Did you hit your head? Her podcast looks like methadone commercials or Prozac commercials.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's like, who is going to sit and listen to this without getting nauseated? Like, she thinks so highly of herself. I think she is her number one fan.
She is,
and that's it.
Fan.
Yeah, you're so right. I always say, Tom, that
she is her number one fan. Can't nobody praise her like she can. It's like no one can do it like she can.
And Polly, I'm not saying that Mexico isn't cheaper. What I'm saying is that an all elderly man by himself with 2 heart attacks and a stent is going to move to Mexico by himself. Have you heard of anything like that before? Like I said, there's cheap places in the States.
Yeah.
Maybe not. You can go to the Midwest. This part's of Ohio.
Yeah.
And you don't have to deal with the cartel.
You can go somewhere in Texas, but you really don't want to move over there because it's kind of dangerous. So
more dangerous than Mexico?
Well, no. Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I don't see an old feeble man moving to Mexico by himself. Just to save a few bucks.
Yeah.
Where's his pension? Where's his SAG pension?
Yeah. His Social Security.
That too.
Hi, Snowdrop. Okay, let's see what else Tom got to break down to it.
the trouble with your sister is, at some point in her life, she took a bucket full of boring pills. She wants to be this star. She wants to entertain millions. And people go, "Oh, isn't she great? Isn't she entertaining?" But she's got no ability to be that. She is every time she opens her mouth, you want to fall asleep. She's dreary. She's dull. She doesn't seem to realize that, does she?
Yeah, it's me. And nobody can relate to somebody sitting there like, oh, I get up at 6:30.
Me.
No job. It hasn't been that bad for Emmy award-winning lottery winner to move to the slums of Mexico. He wasn't living on no like resort or capital. Look at where they took some pictures of him at.
Yeah. Me, 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 me. Me, me, me. Look at me. I'm perfect. I'm wonderful. I'm great. I'm just, wow, I'm wonderful. I can do it all. Look what I did. I can just peach myself. Look what I've done. Female of a founder, spread, you name it. I've been doing it as ever. I mean, God, how do you do that? Praise yourself so much. Me, 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 me. Okay. Me.
I do this, I do that. I make rainbow fruit spreads for the children every morning. You know, it's like,
yeah, who cares? Who cares?
It's like, you know, thanks. I was thinking about either paying my rent or buying some food for dinner. You know, it's like the general public cannot relate to somebody who is so full of themselves and who copies everything that she does. She mimics and copies.
She does. You're right.
It's crazy. You know,
no new ideas. You're absolutely right. When you were younger, I mean, the one thing you'd say about Meghan is she is full of a kind of intense, burning ambition for herself. Did you recognize that in her when she was a kid?
She was given every avenue, every stepping stone. She was given that, and she was just like, "Here you go, everything you need." You know, hooray for this. I mean, my father's contacts in Hollywood got her where she's at, and she didn't turn. You know, she just went straight forward. Didn't stop to thank anybody. It was all about her and what she did after college in Toronto and all that stuff. And, you know, the boat trips, you know, I don't know, but there it is. And then nobody else in her life was any use to her whatsoever. Look at all her best friends who she dropped. And all these people have channels now, and they say the same thing that I do. It's like, who is this person?
Yeah, who is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. At what point, Tom, did you realize that she had cut you out of her life? At what point did you realize you probably wouldn't talk to her again? When did she swing the axe?
That's when I reached out to the palace to get paparazzi away from me, off my house. I had to personally do that, and I had a lawyer friend up in Oregon help me with that. And the correspondence that we got back from Meghan's PR people was, that's distant family, and I don't know those people. So that's when I sat down and I wrote that letter to Harry. I go, if she's going to do this to me and our family, you're next. You're going to be blindsided. Get out while you can. That was the letter that I gave to the National Enquirer. So,
yeah. I think that it's very sad that your dad, Thomas Sr., has never seen his grandchildren, and frankly is unlikely to. But
yes, sweetheart.
I mean,
we're all.
Don't you feel that? I mean, do you think you'll ever see them? Do you think anybody from the family will ever see those kids, or do you think you will ever talk to Meghan again?
I don't think I'll probably ever talk to Meghan again. I think Meghan is on her last leg. Her popularity is in the gutter. Of course, in my opinion, from what I see.
Said exactly what I would say. Meghan's on her last leg. She's on her last leg. She's not got her popularity is in the toilet. She's deemed a loser. Of 2025, 2024, and 2023. That's
I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she started going by Rachel when all this is over.
Oh, Rachel Duchess.
No, not even Duchess, just Rachel Markle.
I would. I
Because like you
would.
said, her reputation is in the gutter.
It is. She act like she don't see it.
She thinks she can turn it back around, and she got one more trick up her sleeve, and that's Harry was abusive, just like his family.
Oh wow, that's gonna be the worst.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's really gonna put her over the edge. Because we're gonna know she was lying because he the one had scars all over him. He the one she tells what to do all the time and he does it.
Yeah,
We
did you
know
see that
better.
scar on his face, on his nose?
I heard about it. I heard
What
about
raped
it.
him?
She
I was like,
scratched
what the
her.
heck is that? It looked like somebody punched him right in the schnoz.
Mm-hmm. She's hitting him. He's in an abusive, he's in a battered relationship. He's in a battery.
Hit her back. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking. Okay. Violence. Men should never hit women. Y'all are extremely strong. The skinniest man upper body is stronger than the biggest woman.
Yes. Yes.
But he could shake her a little. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Just shake her and put her down on the couch.
Maybe that's why he's crying for security. She's not the one crying for security.
Right. Wake up and there you be. He
And
never
you know, when he
sees.
said that in the interview, he said, "My dad won't talk to me because of the security." I don't think he meant the security issue. I think his father's security wouldn't let him speak to him as long as Megan is around.
Oh.
And I also think Megan being there and doing her is the reason why he was on top of the what's it called, the R&B list or something like that, where they
Yeah.
I think that's the reason why him and his grandmother were at the top, because Megan was snooping around the castles and they looked her up and saw what she was about.
Wow.
It was I bet you it was because of her that he was on the top of that list.
Yeah.
She might have been trying to get him knocked or something.
Right.
I still believe she's trying to get to Will.
Hey, I've thought about that recently. Yes. That maybe she's involved in it. While he's talking about, his family, he must be talking about Megan.
And she knows a lot. And he knows she got a big mouth.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the more she talks, the more shows she does and podcasts and everything, her credibility is going out the window. So
It's shot. It's so shot. No one believes anything that comes out of her mouth.
Yep, she keeps shoveling it in. So just let her talk, Harry. Let her keep
Yeah.
talking.
Yes.
Contact your family on the low. Tell them you want out and you working on it little by little. They might even be. I still think he speaks to his family. I've always thought that.
You do? You think so?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They got to play it cool. The royal family been secretive. They're not gonna tell the press no.
Right. Right. Huh. That's interesting, Hudson.
That's why I said they've dealt with Megans before. This is a dynasty.
Yeah, it is. It would be all bones.
Shaking a bag of bones, right?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's awful.
As far as the Griffiths concerned, none of these are her family.
Right. These ain't her family. It's them A-listers.
Mm-hmm. No, she said that this is like a made up family. They hired these people to be her family, and
Wow.
you got to watch some of her videos because her twos and twos do add up to four a lot of time.
Wow. Do they?
Mm-hmm. She thinks it's a whole operation
Mm.
to get them over here and to mess with the political power.
Wow.
But they were counting on Kamala to win, and she didn't win.
Right. Who?
The royal
Meghan,
family.
Harry.
Yeah, but through the royal family too. But yeah, it's a whole conspiracy,
Oh, okay.
and it could be true. That's how the truth it starts out as a conspiracy. So don't always, write things off when they're a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I don't put nothing past nobody, especially when it comes to the news and what's broadcast to the public and things like that. I don't put nothing past anybody.
Yeah. Okay.
And the response I get and the comments that I read every single day, I don't think there's any chance. Meghan's going to get to the lowest point very soon, and then she's going to realize what she's done, and then she's going to try and save face. And
he said it. He said Meghan's going to eventually figure out what she has done. Do you think so? She's too late. She's some years too late on figuring out how to fix this.
Yeah, she's gonna keep digging her hole until she can't dig anymore, and then try to flip the script. That's how people like her do.
And then to say what? I said, oops, I didn't mean to.
No, she's never gonna say that she was in the wrong. She's gonna say somebody made me do it.
Mm.
She's gonna shift the blame.
Okay. Wow.
Just like she did with them during the Oprah interview. She shifted the blame of her nonsense. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she sure did. She did a shifty-do. My leg is shaking.
and make some pathetic attempt, of course, with the Netflix crew, with the hidden microphones and the cameras, just like always, like she's already known for. She's going to try and reconcile with Dad, you know?
So what for the showbiz angle, because it'll make
for
a big
her own personal gain and her own personal.
When, Thomas? When is she going to do that? Because the more time passes, the more I don't see that happening.
PR. And that's just, nobody's going to buy it. Nobody's going to believe it because nobody does. Everything that comes out of this woman's mouth is just garbage.
I said it at the time, you with love, Meghan, absolute bore fest. I mean, toweringly tedious. And as I say, she doesn't really understand what interests people. She doesn't understand how to be entertaining. Whenever she opens her mouth, you feel like you want to go to sleep. But I said at the time, well, if she wants to make a smash hit TV series or a TV show, reconcile with her family, with you, with your dad, with your sister. People would watch that. People would watch that. You think she might do that when she feels the time is necessary for her?
Oh, I've always sensed that's coming. You know, I mean, I've had a couple things on my palette for a few years now, a book, a documentary, and I've had things in the works, and I've had my chain yanked for 2 years, 3 years. Just people just dragging me out, leading me on for absolutely nothing. And I know where that comes from. It's no secret where that comes from. It came from all of her contacts, all her friends, putting the damper on anything that I ever want to do. And I have proof of that, even from my son and her contact with Will Smith and my son who got bought out by her also, you know, for his weed business. But it's no secret whatsoever that she'll probably try that. And, you know, the one tier left I go.
What will you say? No?
Well, if Netflix wants
to do that when she feels the time is necessary for her?
Oh, I've always sensed that's coming. You know, I mean, I've I've had a couple things on my palette for a few years now, a book, a documentary, and I've had things in the works, and I've had my chain yanked for 2 years, 3 years, just people just dragging me out, leading me on for absolutely nothing. And I know where that comes from. It's no secret where that comes from. It came from all of her contacts, all her friends, putting the damper on anything that I ever want to do. And I have proof of that, even from my son and her contact with Will Smith and my son who got bought out by her also, you know, for his weed business. But it's no secret whatsoever that she'll probably try that. And, you know, the once you're left,
what will you say? What will you say? No?
Well, if Netflix wants to call and get the real story, you know, here, Tom, you know.
Let me. That I'd watch that.
Yeah.
If Harry was with you now, or what would you say to him? What message would you deliver to Harry now?
Grow up.
Okay. It's coming to an end. Guys, if you had a message to Harry, what message would you leave him? If you had to just one time get a message to Harry.
Run! Don't look back. Just run.
Hudson says, run and don't look back. Don't look back. Just keep going. Just go as fast as you can. Don't stop. Wow. Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up. I like that. I like that. Stand up. Tough you made your bed, now you gotta lie in it. The fleas with Marco. Your bed, lie in the fleas with Marco. Okay, fleas. Get out. Get out while you can. Susan. Stand up and run, Heather. Do two things. Polly, blink twice. Oh, that was good. Let's see what he says. Payne says, go home. All right.
Hair.
Yeah. And do you think,
wake up, Harry.
Yeah.
Wake up. You're in a spiral downward. You're going to crash and burn. You are crashing and burning right now. And believe me, I mean, honestly, I mean, this is the way it looks to everybody in the world too. Harry's a changed man. I have millions of comments. What happened to Harry? This poor man. Now people don't even feel sorry for Harry because he continues to do it over and over again. And how bad does it have to be? What is going on? What dirt does she have on you? Is she blackmailing you? What is going on? Does she keep your nuts in a jar in her purse? I don't know. It's just.
He's got a point there. What does she got on you? What is it? What is it about Megan that she has on you that makes you stay?
She cut you out of her life. She cut your dad out of her life. She cut your sister out of her life ruthlessly, as I said earlier. Do you think that she may do the same to Harry when she feels she doesn't need him anymore, or he's no use to her anymore? Do you think she'll cut him out of her life?
My opinion on that, Kevin, is I think it's straightforward, and I think it's going to happen. I think what's going to happen, because the threat of William taking the titles away. And he, rightfully so, he should. If somebody attacked my wife like that while she was ill, that's something you can never forgive. Yeah. Somebody talks so much trash about you, burns every single bridge, and then begs for forgiveness because their popularity sucks and they're in the gutter. And then you try and go crawling back, and you want to go back and you make this big story up. It's such garbage. Yeah. But I think once the titles get stripped, I think Harry's done.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do you make of, we're just running towards the end of this now, Tom, but what do you make of the fact that you understand that while Harry and Meghan are were allowed by the Queen to call themselves the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, what the Queen, that's the late Queen, of course, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, what her dying wish was that neither Harry nor Meghan, especially Meghan, used HRH, Her Royal Highness, because the Queen feared that your sister would use that HRH for commercial purposes. Right. And that is a serious no-no for the royal family. What do you think about the fact that we now know that, contrary to the Queen's royal command, her wishes, your sister has resumed calling herself HRH?
Called vanity. She disrespected Queen Elizabeth from the get-go.
Right.
She mocked the Queen. She wouldn't listen to the Queen. She came into the royal family and thought she owned the place. I mean, yes, look at the NDAs that are expired from the staff and all the staff that would not work for Meghan, all the bullying, all the accusations, all this stuff. It's just, I think what happened, and quote me on this, because I think the Queen did say she knew she would know evil when she met it, and she met evil when she met Meghan Markle. And there are quotes out there floating around the internet that Meghan even told the Queen to drop dead on her way out. And I do believe the Queen, in my opinion, told Meghan, get out of my house. Oh, I think that's why they left.
If not, why not? Is your sister a bully?
Yeah, obviously.
Listen, Tom, thanks so much for talking to me again, and our very best to your dad. I know he's with you at the moment, and we will talk again soon.
That was great, Judy Bird. Thank you so much for recommending that to us. Now, let me take it off here. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Now, I want to read, I have some comments that I like to read that some of you have wrote, and I like to give back by reading your comments that stood out. Okay, here we go. Christine. Harry plays the victim card every time. Christine, like Harry has a tick. Meghan's the tick. Harry fantasy is constantly changing. Yep. We need privacy. We want privacy. We want privacy. That was Lizzie. Christine, sit down, Harry. Highly sensitive. Go, William. Go, William. Get your groove on. Go, William. Susan, why is Tom an expert on his sister? He didn't grow up with her. He hasn't seen her in 20 years. His profiting off her. He's telling us what we all know. Yeah, he's doing a really good job of it. I thought he did a good job of it, honestly, of telling us what kind of person she is.
I think it's
And
more confirmation. I mean, he's not a stranger, and that is
right,
the brother.
exactly. Exactly. And he's getting something right too, because he's calling her out. And it makes a lot of sense. She's a bully. Yes, factual, like you said, stuff that we already know. She kissed a prince and turned him into a frog. Bookworm 2 did a video on soulless people. I want to see that. Apparently, they exited. MM is one of them. Susan. Bookworm. Susan,
Psychopath.
Psychopath. Susan. Nobody talks about the Raglins. They were totally cut off. She doesn't like Black people and is ashamed of African heritage. IMO. I believe it. I believe it. I believe she cut off her family. She's embarrassed by them. She didn't invite any of them to her wedding, and shame on her.
She doesn't speak about them.
Mm-mm.
She doesn't. See, she's a psychopath. Even if she cut them
Yeah,
off, they would still have something to say. That alone.
right. And she threw her niece in the Netflix documentary to pretend like, oh, see, I have a relationship with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Susan, nobody talks about the. Okay, we just read that one. Good to go.
Even that alone, she always playing the race card, racist this, racist that. If I knew that was my cousin, I would be like, excuse me, she don't speak to my Black ass. So what you
Right.
talking about?
Exactly. Exactly. I would say that too. I would. I'd be like, she don't talk to us. She too good for us.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't say anything. So
She
here
ain't
we
turning
are.
no cookout, none of that.
Mm-mm. No cookout, nothing. Polly, nobody chose the family they're born into. That's pretty obvious. No. Harry's a fox. Don't we all see that? Yes, Fly is a fox.
Just because he's orange don't make him a fox. If he a fox, he got rabies and they found him in the trash somewhere.
Right. Susan, I've seen H become with a black eye, scratches face, and bite marks on his hands. She's nuts. Ooh, that's something.
That's crazy. And it's already been confirmed that she was throwing cups and dishes and stuff.
Ooh, just mean.
You know who to try her with?
Yep.
That's why she don't speak to the Racklins.
Right, because they'll fight her back. Shake her, it would be all bones. No, I don't think she is going to come to any realization. I agree,
Nope.
Debbie.
Nope. She's been like this.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic. Oops, I did it again. Christine. Polly, stand up. Telling Harry to stand up. Snowdrop. Tough. Your bed, lie in it. Fleas with Marco. Lie in the same bed with her and the fleas. Yep. You made your bed. You lay in it. Get out while you can, Susan said. Stand up and run. And Hudson said, run.
Get your story straight and spill as much stuff as you can before she get a chance to.
Yes. Yes, that
Right.
is such a good one. She's going to say this, but she's telling a story. Polly says, blink twice. And Peyton says, go home, Harry. Go home. Click your heels 3 times like Dorothy and go home.
If Archie was born to like a stripper in Vegas somewhere and tried to
Wow.
play it off, you better tell the public now before Megan gets a chance to. If you're lying
Exactly.
about the other daughter, or if you were out there like getting high and all sorts of stuff, go to rehab, Harry, and spill as much tea as you can. Go back to the castle and let their people, their professional people, tell you what to say,
Right.
and let that
Get
be
you
that.
back and get you back together.
Hit her with a gag order.
Yes. Ooh, yes. Yes. Good one. Good one. Hit her with the gag order.
Because they have, like, we have the First Amendment over here, but they don't have that over there. You gotta be careful what you gotta mind your tongue.
Wow. Over there. They'll put you in jail. Well, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you so much for joining me and being part of the Mimi Show. I love you guys. Thank my mods for all you do. Doodoo Bird, Snowdrop, and Christine for coming in to the rescue to help out when she did. Thank you, Christine. And thank you, Hudson, so much for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you everybody for listening to my big mouth. And I'll see y'all in the atmosphere. I'm gonna step down and let you close.
Thank you, Hudson, so much. Thank you for coming and being a part of my panel. It's really cool. I'm gonna start putting you in the comments.
Yeah,
Hudson.
You don't have to. You don't
No,
have
I don't mind.
And happy Mother's Day to you and to everybody if I don't speak to y'all. So happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. And you too, Hudson. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
So bye, guys. Have a wonderful night. And I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It's Mother's Day. Of course, I may get on. I'm not doing anything. Hopefully, my husband take me to breakfast. Only thinking about is food. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Please don't forget to hit that like button. It's free. You can hit that like button. And don't forget to share super stickers if you think that I did a great job. And I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.